Okay, I'm getting ready to plant my tomato plant in a pot because this year I know I don't want to put it in my garden tower. There's just not enough room and it really tends to shade out everything, especially the indeterminate kinds that I like, the little grapes and cherry tomatoes. So I wasn't sure I was going to do tomatoes this year because I'm trying to cut down on my pots that I have around, but I decided I can't do without a tomato plant. So I bought one and I'm preparing the soil right now. Now I use my soil over and over again and I just make sure that I feed it, I sterilize it if needed, but for the most part, if I can keep the ecosystem going, then I wouldn't have to do all that because the microbes in the soil, all the soil life, take care of all that if you've got a really good balance and you've worked on creating that habitat, that healthy habitat for everything to grow together. So, but this soil really dried out a lot, and plus I already solarized it, so I think it's kind of not dead, maybe a little dead. Yeah, probably dead because it was really hot. So, but anyway, I'm gonna feed it, and I'm gonna feed it from the worm bin. I'm gonna harvest some more worms out of the bottom here, but mostly the compost and soil. But I'm gonna fix a little habitat in each pot so that I don't just throw them in there and not be able to feed them. So I'm gonna use this old orchid pot, but I have to make sure there's enough nutrients in the soil and continue to feed the soil so that I get a lot of nice little tomatoes. So what I have to do is I have to feed it some nitrogen, but I'm gonna get a lot of nitrogen out of here, but I may do some liquid backup if I ever need to, and I probably will start it out with maybe just a little bit of that. We know that they need a lot of calcium because have you ever heard of blossom end rot, where the top of the tomato looks really good but the bottom starts rotting out? Well, that's a calcium deficiency. So you know how crazy I am about saving eggshells. I have bags of eggshells all over the place. I don't throw one out. So I just mix this in with the soil. I have a little extra, I just have this organic bone meal and it has some extra nutrients in it. So I'm gonna mix some of this into the soil. And I specifically saved some banana peels and I put them in the freezer just in case I grew bananas, because you always want to be prepared. You don't want to ever be caught where like, oh, what am I gonna do? I have to go out and buy something when I could have just thrown a few banana peels in the freezer in a bag, a repurposed bag, mind you. So they say that if you put one banana peel into your tomato plant pot, that it'll feed, it'll give enough potassium for the whole growing season. We'll see, hopefully that's true. But we just have to keep a check to see if any of our plants are having any kind of nutrient deficiency, and then just adjust and feed accordingly. So I'm going to start putting this together, and I'll show you how I'll show you the process.